What's the best match you remember seeing?
Some of the best matches is Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn at NXT when Shinsuke debuts. I didn't know him at all, but he fights a Japanese strong style. So I think my understanding of that is they kind of kick your ass a little bit. It's rough, and they throw a lot of knees, a lot of elbows. And it was just a match where I just watched. I'm like, dude, that's like just good wrestling.
Yeah.
Not there's story there because the best matches are. It's not necessarily the fighting. It's the storytelling behind it
And leading up to, right? Like, because there's like it's like months of like backstory and stuff like that, right?
And it's usually I like it when it's a personal thing of, you were talking trash about my wife the whole time. That one of my favorite matches, and I don't know if most people would agree. I do love it when they leave wrestling, when they leave the ring. And there was the COVID WrestleMania where it was The Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a boneyard match. What that means, I don't know. But they're fighting in like this farm area, and then there's like one guy. They have like a backhoe. It's a famous meme of AJ Styles on like a backhoe, and then just all of a sudden pops The Undertaker, and it's cinematic. So there's cuts to the match. It's not like it's one continuous thing. I just love anytime they leave the ring and do something that is wrestling but not. There's also stuff called with Matt and Jeff Hardy called the Broken Universe, where Matt got injured and now he's broken Matt Hardy, and he has this crazy hair with a white streak in it, and it's the final deletion is it where it happened on their compound in North Carolina, where they're shooting Roman candles at each other. There's a drone that is a character. Like it's really crazy. So that's not typical wrestling type stuff. There's all these characters that show up, and there's the lake of reincarnation. So they throw this guy, Jeff Hardy, into the lake, and then he comes out as a different character that he's played somewhere else. Where it's just clearly, we all know that this is not real, but it's fun. It's entertaining.
It sounds like the more I learn about it, the more I'm like, I need to give this a shot, because I'm into superheroes. I'm into, sci-fi stuff. So it's like, okay, if I can believe that, why can't I'll just get into the,
Yeah.
Like, wasn't there a time where like they blew up someone's limo?
It was Vince McMahon's limo, and then our fearless president called and wished him well because he thought it was real.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's so funny to wish someone well after a car bombing.
Yeah, he called and said it was, sent his condolences or whatever. And that storyline was blown up, pardon the pun, because I think then the next week was the Chris Benoit stuff.
Oh.
So then Vince had to undie because somebody died, and then you find out, oh, it's more than him dying,
Yeah.
Yeah. So also Hulk Hogan and The Rock at WrestleMania, whatever.
Yeah, I saw that when I was Googling like famous wrestling matches to get like some pictures. That was a huge. There's a picture of Hulk Hogan and The Rock in the ring, and they're facing each other. Is that the one where The Rock like gave Hulk the finger?
Probably, or that was probably leading up to it. That's a match where you can watch it on mute, and if you could just watch the audience, it's the people say it was electric, but man, it's so because Hulk is back and it's The Rock, and they do a double turn in that match. So Hulk comes in as heel, and then by the end of it, he is babyface because he's Hulk Hogan. Mm-hmm. They loved him, and it was just one of those things that just a good match, and then also Daniel Bryan and Triple H, where his story for like a year, he's trying to be the underdog, and they keep saying, no, we don't want you, but then the fans are pushing him, and he he goes through a triple threat match at the beginning of WrestleMania, and at the end he beats Triple H, and it's just like, we got our guy, and he's short. I don't know. He's maybe smaller than me. He's not. He shouldn't be beating all these guys. But it was the story of him finally winning. That, or then there's the Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin, a submission match where Stone Cold loses, but he won. Like, he looks so good in that match because he passes out from the sharpshooter. It's that famous image of him bleeding, and he's got blood dripping down his teeth, and he never gave up. He passed out. So that was like a match where you're like, man, he lost, but he still looks so good. Like, in wrestling, you can look good and still lose, or you can look like a bitch, and just lose. But he came out looking so much better after that match,
Yeah, that's cool. I really should get into it. I don't know. I see clips every now and then, and I was like, oh, they're like flying to, like, was it the Hardy Brothers that they would do?
Hardy Boys.
Yeah, Hardy Boys that would do these like giant backflips and leaps and stuff.
And they're part of, not the first one, but it's called TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, with Edge and Christian and the Dudley Boys, where they'll say it's a car crash. It's just tables, ladders, and chairs jumping off everything. And it's exactly what you think it's going to be, and it's awesome.
It sounds so good.
Yeah.
I love watching people jump through, like, I watch some like backyard wrestling videos because those are fun because they don't know how to do it right.
Oh,
and some of them get like pretty hurt.
And there's 8 people.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if you were selling your best jokes at 110% for 8 people. Yes, those people deserve a show, but at least you won't have to go to the hospital afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I love watching people jump through tables, and then like the Bills do it, all Bills fans.
Yeah.
Which Sean O'Brien at the Funny Bone, huge Bills fan. And last year this year he did the Nateland cruise, which happened during the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And I was like, every day I was praying. I was like, please let the Bills go to the Super Bowl. Please, because I just wanted to think about Sean O'Brien cheer, like, because he gets intense about it, about how funny it would be to see him on a cruise ship diving through a table if the Bills won the Super Bowl. And he's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. And he's like, either way, I'm going to cry. I already know. If win or lose, I would cry.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, oh, that would be so much fun. And then they got eliminated in the playoffs, and I was so disappointed.
I jumped through a table in one of my videos that I did with this satire character. He jumped through some gay pride Bud Light on a table off a ladder in my mom's backyard.
Did you show up at your mom's house? You're like, hey, Mom, I got to film something.
I think I was living there at the time, but also I was, I'll just be in the back. If you hear any yelling, just know it's not a big deal. But I gimmicked the tables. What they would call it in wrestling is I cut the table a little bit because I don't know if this is going to hurt or not hurt. And then I'm jumping onto full cans of Bud Light because, of course, the character doesn't like anything to do with gay pride or anything. And I jumped off the ladder onto the Bud Light, and then I had it cinematic where I had one camera over here, then one where I'm gonna land and then crawl towards it, and then say, "Tony, cut the tape. I'm hurt real bad." And then the next video, I show up in a neck brace. So that is pro wrestling 101 right there.
That sounds so. Did you actually find any of the gay pride bottles?
The long neck bottles. Yeah, I went to downtown Indianapolis. There's a few gay bars, and they're like, I walked in, they're like, "What's up, Brent?" No, no, but I was like, "Hey, I want 2 of those bottles, but I just dump it out, and I'm going to use it for something." And I'm like, "But I'm not going to be shitty about it." So
yeah. I searched everywhere for those bottles.
This was a year before it actually popped off.
Oh, really?
I did it a year before. I was way ahead of the curve, and then I just re-uploaded the video.
I searched and searched when it came out, and it became. I was like, because I had a couple guys coming on, and one guy was real like, I can't believe they're doing that, and so I was like, but he's still a Bud Light drinker, so I would love to have just handed him.
Here you go, pal.
Yeah, here you go. I would love to have the one with Dylan
Mulvaney.
I forgot the name. Yeah, and I would just love to. Here you go, buddy. Yeah, yeah. It's cold. Is it cold? Here, I can chill it for you. You know.
It reminds me, they should go back. Remember when all the Star Wars prequels came out, and it would be like a black and white Yoda on the can. Mm-hmm. I just remember all those cans. They should do that again.
Yeah,
just like Elton John. I got the Elton John Pepsi.
I saw last night. I saw an ad for Pepsi prebiotic.
Yeah, I saw that. I've seen those.
I was like, what?
But there's like those. It's like yummy. It's something pop where clearly it's
like Olipop.
Olipop is what it is. So I think they're just trying to compete with that.
Oh, I'm sure they are. It's
and they work too. Have you ever had one?
Yeah,
you poop.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try it. I would try. I'm not a soda drinker, but I would. I don't know. I guess I'll give it a shot. But when I saw prebiotic Pepsi, I was just like, all right, what are we doing?
Well, everything has protein in it now too.
Yeah, exactly. You know. Yeah. You want your protein Baja Blast Mountain Dew? So we kind of hit on this already, but best type of horror movie monster. And you said you like the Invisible Man.
I like the Invisible Man. I'm wearing a Jason Voorhees hat right now. So I'll just tell you my favorite is Michael Myers from Halloween. I love a good follow movie, a chase movie,
like a kind of suspenseful almost, but a little bit of
So my favorite is Halloween. My favorite is Michael Myers. The whole franchise is their ups and downs. Mm-hmm. But I love the lore of Michael Myers is that he killed his sister when he was a kid, and now he's an escaped mental patient, and he's coming to get his other sister. Depending on that franchise is choose your own. Sometimes they're brother and sister. Sometimes him and Jamie Lee Curtis are not brother and sister. Type thing. But that's my favorite because it's called Halloween the night he came home, but it's just he's out to, if you don't look at them as brother and sister, when the first one they are not brother and sister, he's just killing because. Mm-hmm. In the movie The Strangers, which is based on a true story, it's a home invasion type thing. Those are the scariest as home invasion. Because if you can't be comfortable at home, then where can you be? There's a line in the Strangers where they say, "Why are you doing this?" And one of the ladies says, "Because you were home." It's
terrifying. Yeah,
it's the Joker. It's your chaos. Jason Voorhees, he's going to kill you because you're banging at his camp. He died in Crystal Lake, and now. He's
premarital like sex at a summer camp.
I smell marijuana. Yeah. I wonder if he'll not kill you if it's legal in New Jersey where that's set. It's legal now, so I can't.
That's so funny. He finds out. Like they're like, wait, it's legal. They like show him, and he's like, very well. Okay. All right, okay. And just like slowly just walks away.
And he's almost going in the water, and they're like, "You want to have sex?" And he's like,
turns around. Yeah. What? Are you guys married? You better be married.
Is that legal too?
Yeah.
What's the world coming to? I've been in the water too long.
They hand him a gay pride Bud Light. He's
woke Jason. Hold on. So my favorite is Michael Myers, but then you also there's like the big three of Michael, Freddy, and Jason. Freddy's a dream demon. Yeah. He's a child murderer. He's nothing else to do with children. He's just a murderer. He doesn't do anything else with children. It's my favorite thing. But how can you escape Freddy Krueger when you're going to have to sleep?
Yeah. That is a terrifying concept. Just like you can't stay awake forever, and he will eventually get you.
And that was based on Wes Craven. There was like people, I think it was in Japan, who were dying in their sleep. And he came up with that concept. And the look of Freddy Krueger is he looked out his window when he was a kid, and there was a guy digging through the trash dressed like Freddy Krueger. So that's where the look comes from.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah. So then there are ghosts and supernatural, and we could go on.
Yeah. I personally, I love Alien, the Alien franchise. I think that first one is fantastic because it's kind of a follow. Like it's suspenseful. Like where is it? You know, she's running through the ship. Aliens was. I thought that I also really enjoyed that one because it's like, all right, one was scary enough. Now there's thousands. You know, that was great.
Bigger jaws.
Yeah,
you need bigger shark.
We need more teeth. Yeah. Those are great, and I do love Predator. I love that whole series. I don't know why it just gets me. I now you when you watch like some of the new Predator movies and stuff, you're rooting for the Predator.
Yeah, everybody else is fodder for.
Yeah.
How is he going to kill them?
Yeah. How's he going to kill all? But did you watch Prey?
Yeah. Is that which one? Is that the throwback one?
That's the one where it's
Amber Mid-Thunder.
Yeah, it's the Native American girl and she's it's just her, a dog, and then she has like an axe on a rope.
Like the primitive predator.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved that movie. I thought that was great. I was like, ooh, that really kind of put new lifeblood back into it for me.
And that first one is so quotable. It's got Jesse Ventura and Arnold Schwarzenegger and a bunch of, I ain't got time to bleed.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the story about what Arnold did on set? The prank.
I don't know.
He went to the wardrobe lady and he said, say, however big Jesse Ventura's biceps are, say mine are an inch smaller. And then, so she told him, and then Jesse was like, hey, Arnold, we should have we should measure arms and whoever's biggest owes us a box of cigars. And Arnold was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then taped out like 2 inches bigger. And so Jesse had to buy him like a box of cigars. Arnold was diabolical for doing stuff like that. Like there's a movie called Pumping Iron.
Yeah. I've never seen it, but
it's so funny to watch because I think he's in his 20s or something like that. And he convinces this amateur like bodybuilder. He's like, oh yeah, you should really focus on this pose because your calves look terrible, but this is really helping. Like he would do like mind games.
Yeah.
And he told one guy, he's like, what would really help you stand out is if you yelled when you were flexing. So it's like they were all up on stage doing their poses and the guy goes, like that. it's just a mess with, and he's so like
psychological.
Yeah. It's so funny to me. But
let me tell you my favorite scene from Halloween.
Yeah.
Have you seen Halloween the movie?
Which one? The original?
The first one, yeah.
I think so.
So my favorite scene in Halloween is when Bob and Linda hook up in the bed. And then Bob goes down to get her a beer. And then that's when he gets got by Michael in the kitchen. So then Michael comes back up, and she thinks it's Bob. But it's Michael dressed as a ghost with Bob's glasses on. So that means that Michael Myers is wearing a coveralls, a mask that is all kinds of wet and moisture inside. Then on top of that, he puts a sheet that he has to line those eye holes up with the eye holes of the mask. And then on top of that, he puts another man's glasses. A different prescription, and he's walking around in that house with like 3 costumes on. That's
so funny. Like that the killer would take the time to do all of the this will be a good bit.
Michael plays games. That's what he does.
And it's a William Shatner mask.
Yeah.
They just painted white.
They widened the eye holes and because it was either going to be a clown mask or a William Shatner mask.
Which I think clowns are I'm not a huge fan of clowns.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of the movie, when little Michael kills his sister, he's wearing a clown mask. And it's at the very beginning, it's a tracking shot with the Panaglide camera, and it only had enough film, so there's an edit, but he starts outside, and then you see him walk in from his perspective, and he looks down, picks up the clown mask, and that's when they had an edit. You can't really tell. and then he puts the mask on, and that's an edit, and then it keeps going on that one shot. But they made it look like one, but it's like two, I think.
That's pretty cool. So you're into like the camera angles and stuff like that.
It's interesting, because
I am too.
Some of that, and especially the score with John Carpenter type stuff, is he scores a lot of the movies that he did mostly at necessity. He didn't have a budget or anything like that.
Speaking of John Carpenter, what do you think of The Thing?
I think it's great. I think it's a good whodunit. It's an isolated whodunit. Uh-huh. Scream is similar in that you're trying to figure out who the thing is, but it's Ghostface,
Mm-hmm. Oh, Scream is fantastic. Mm-hmm. I love it because it kind of breaks the fourth wall a little bit, and it definitely explains like the stereotypes and it's like, oh, well, the slut always dies and,
I'll
whatever.
Be right back.
Yeah.
Never say I'll be right back,
Yeah. That's great, but The Thing was the first time I watched it. That's one of those movies you have to watch a couple times to kind of get every little thing in there. But
it's a remake of a Howard Hawks movie called The Thing from Another World. John Carpenter's a big Howard Hawks fan, and you should just on your own time or cut it in here. I don't know the legality, but there's a fire scene. They light the thing on fire in this barracks or whatever it is in this Antarctic base, and they light this dude on fire, and it's real. Where they light this dude on fire, and then he's running around the set, and the whole set is catching on fire, and you watch it, and you're like, "Oh my God, this guy's got to be dead." Obviously, I don't think anybody died during that movie, but it's like one of those where like, yeah, we'll just do it for real.
Yeah.
Light them on, and there's people running around. It is crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised if he actually was. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like there was a lot of safety regulations in some of these older Hollywood movies. Well, like the Twilight Zone movie where 4 people died or whatever.
2 kids and a guy.
Yeah, a helicopter crashed and like cut them up. There was a lot of things back then that were like, what are you gonna do?
Wizard of Oz,
yeah,
with the witch where they painted her up and she caught on fire and was, I think, out for 9 months, whatever it was, and then her stunt double also caught on fire, and
they were raining asbestos on everybody, and yeah,
that's a cursed movie. There's an episode of a show called Cursed Movies, and they say that's a cursed movie. Even like the guy that was doing the makeup test for this Tin Man got really sick. So the first guy that was going to play him, I think, was not the guy that ended up playing him. But he got sick from the poisoning of putting all that paint on his skin.
That's wild. Did the John Wayne's movie Genghis Khan, where he played Genghis Khan?
Yellowface?
Yeah. They think that's where he got cancer from. Because they filmed it where they used to test nuclear bombs.
Okay. But also back in the day, I'm sure everybody smoked.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure everybody's hanging out the nuclear fallout sites.
Yeah, but they were shipping in sand from these places where they'd tested, nuclear explosions, and it was highly irradiated. Mm-hmm. And there's a documentary about it, but it was something like 80% of the people that worked on that movie ended up dying of cancer. Like it was so many that it was just like, oh yeah, well I was around it all day, every day.
Yeah. You know his real name, John Wayne?
Yes. Marion.
Marion Morrison.
Morrison. That's right.
I just like that anybody who's a tough guy. It's like, you just got to be like John Wayne.
Yeah.
And then you found out his name is Marion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played football for the University of Southern California, and he needed a job. So the coach got him a job on one of the big picture lots, and they were like, all right, you're just going to move boxes all day. Mm-hmm. And somebody saw him, and they were like, hey, you're a pretty big guy. Why don't you come stand in? And like he started. It's kind of how it started.
And some people you look at them and I don't know what you do, but you are somebody.
Yeah.
You see a guy in the airport And I saw a wrestler one time, and I knew he was a wrestler, but also just from afar, you can tell somebody is somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just have a look.
A look, and then you're like, I don't know what you do, but you should be doing something. I don't know, like.
I don't know what you're doing, but it's not enough. You need to be doing more. Yeah. You should be. Everyone should know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw John Wayne's he put his handprints and footprints in the Chinese theater in LA.
Yeah.
And I went there one time and he had tiny feet.
Really?
I mean, to the point where I was like, did he put his kids' feet in here? Because they were maybe the size of my hand.
Yeah. Well, I have small hands anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure my feet are the same. I got a big hog, but
Yeah. Of course.
That's how that usually works.
That's
right?
your closer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the hog. But yeah, it's that Hollywood thing of you realize Tom Cruise is whatever.
Mm-hmm. Robert Downey Jr. is pretty they all have to stand on boxes and stuff like that.
But you can't tell me Robert Downey Jr. doesn't have charisma.
Yeah.
Can't tell me that guy is not somebody.
He's so full of charisma. He got away with blackface, and everybody was like, okay,
it was but he didn't go full,
Yeah. Yeah. That's so fun. I look back on that because I remember when that movie came out, and the thing that people were the most upset about was the number of times they said the R word.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, well, this is inappropriate. Meanwhile, Robert Downey Jr. is just in full black, and no one.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, well, yeah.
It's modern blackface where it's a critique of the idea of it. You know?
Yeah.
But it's also, you're like, he's just, he's painted up.
Yeah. But he's, and he's good at it. And it worked.
Yeah.
But.
You always see. I love to see those. I don't love to see it, but it's whenever somebody.
I love to see it, man.
Pull it up.
Yeah.
When you see somebody in blackface, it's always around Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
You can really tell somebody's a super racist if it's Arbor Day. You're like, what was this for? Oh, that we just planting some trees. Jesus.
That's so funny.
4th of July.
Yeah. It's I like to get dressed up.
Oh, that was just a Tuesday. I was just hanging out.
I was just hanging out. You guys want to, do some blackface and watch the Super Bowl or something? All right, let's get. What's the best jump scare you can remember in a movie?
Oh,
was there one that really oh, that got me? I wasn't expecting it.
I'm sure there is, and I don't remember offhand. When we turn the mics off, I'll remember one. I'm sure.
Yeah. The one that came to mind actually isn't from a movie. The one that I remember being really getting me was one of the old Batman games. I think it was Arkham Knight or Arkham City or something like that, where you have to glide around and you climb this building, and then the man bat. I don't know if you're familiar with Batman, but he jumps over the side and screams at you, and the camera zooms in on his face, and I was like, oh, it really got me, and that's the last jump scare I remember being oh, I wasn't expecting that, because a lot of times you're like, oh, it's coming.
You're watching a movie, you're like, okay, it's coming. There's one that's not a movie. It's that it was kind of a viral thing. It was you hand the phone to somebody, you're like, watch this car commercial, and it's winding, and then it's that face that pops up right there. You know?
That was always good. My I had a teacher do that to our class in high school, I think. Where he was like, oh, yeah, okay, so real quick, guys, let's just watch this commercial and stuff. And we were just sitting there watching it, and then it happened, and everyone screamed.
That's so funny.
Yeah. That's what I would do all day long if I was a teacher. Is just, I don't think I would get anything done.
I got 6 times to do this all day. Yeah.
It's the highlight of my day. All right, yeah. You like to collect, action figures and stuff. What would you say is the best item in your collection?
I'll send you some pictures. There's a guy named Skaggs of the Living Dead who makes probably 12 to 16-inch custom figures. So I have a Wolf Man.
Okay.
It's so they remade the Wolf Man with Benicio del Toro and what's his face, Hannibal Lecter.
Oh yeah.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yes.
That I have it. So it's all fur, and he's got a little vest on. Kind of looked like the classic Wolfman. I love stuff that is custom made from artists and stuff. So he also same guy made me it's called a Moonwalker werewolf. So think of the werewolf from Thriller. He's got a Letterman jacket. He's got jeans. But the thing just looks so cool. And then I also have a Jack Torrance from The Shining.
Oh, nice.
So and I have a lot of Jack Torrances because for whatever reason, they don't really make a Jack Torrance figure. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of Shining merch for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So I have another one that's a custom of the guy took a Walter White figure. And if you look close, you can tell. Because I also have the Walter White, but he painted it and he put him on that little thing that's in front of a door that says Room 237. The axis
cool.
knocked it out. And then there's I have another custom. A lot of these are custom stuff that I'll send you photos if you want to put it next to my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of stuff where you can't get it anywhere else. I'm paying a real person. And not just like a big, and of course I'll buy all the other stuff too.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is some of my favorite. And there's a guy that takes old Barbie dolls, and he remakes them. Like I have a Jason. I have the fisherman from I Know What You Did Last Summer, or like there's a scene in Friday the 13th Part 2 where Jason is not hockey mask yet. He's Sackhead. He's got a bag on his head, and he's got the one eye cut out. He's wearing overalls, and there's a scene in that where he takes a man in a wheelchair and pushes him down the steps. He puts a machete in his face, and he pushes him down the steps. So I have a Jason of the Barbie doll. It's all covered. You can't tell it's a Barbie, but you can definitely tell it's a Barbie when it's a guy in a wheelchair. It's like one of those wheelchair Barbie type things. But a guy makes all those. And I love that type of stuff where it's customized and I'm giving money to an actual, because I'm not like an artist, but we're a small business type thing, Yeah. I'd rather give my money to those types of people.
Yeah, I love that. I follow a couple Instagram accounts where it's people who make in their own models and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Are you familiar with Pharaoh Monch at all?
No.
A rapper from kind of back in the day, but he's big into action figures now. And it's like everything he posts now is him like posing like new X-Men figures and, Thor and stuff like that. And it's so funny that it's like there's so much common ground with people you wouldn't think you'd have any common ground with. And you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of people collect action figures. I have some. I was going through a box the other day of like old toys and stuff that I had. And I was like, "Oh, I still have this? Yeah, that's so cool."
Yeah. What was it? What kind of stuff did you have?
I had a lot of Batman toys. I had a lot of I loved Batman the Animated Series.
That's one of my favorite shows.
Oh yeah, I would argue probably best cartoon, best intro to a show. Some of the best storylines in any superhero or whatever,
And I don't think that's an uncommon opinion.
No.
People that know that show are like, oh, yeah, this is like for children, but it is not.
No.
It's, like these are not adult storylines, but it's good enough to enjoy as an adult.
Well, I loved it because it gave the villains backstories. It gave them, like, made them more 3D than just like, oh, this is a bad guy. Like there's a Mr. Freeze story episode where it explains
Heart of Ice, right?
Yeah, it explains like, oh, he's trying to heal his wife and she's frozen and he had an accident and he's not doing this just because he's a bad guy. He's doing it because there's a reason, and like not everything has like a happy ending. And I loved shows like that.
Clayface,
trying to
stay relevant in Hollywood, and he's putting all that makeup on, and then of course it's the Invisible Man story where it goes to his ego and then it gets out of control.
Yeah. I have there's a Batman. I have the car, like the Batmobile that slides out in the plane.
I had that when I was a kid, and I think they've since. I go to a lot of toy stores and stuff. They've re-released a lot of that stuff because people our age are can't afford a lot, but they can afford a Batmobile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the thing. Is like it's kind of like finding toys that you wanted as a kid but didn't get for a birthday or whatever, and you're like, oh, well, now I have my own money. Now I can buy this. You know,
it's weird how I think nostalgia currently has never been bigger. And, you know, I can't speak for previous generations, but we all know a guy that had all his stuff up in the garage, all his metal toys that he has as a kid. But maybe now I feel like it's never been bigger. Like, and it's also more acceptable to be like, you want to see my figures?
Yeah.
And you're not a nerd, you know?
Yeah. Or even if you are a nerd, nobody cares. Like
Sports people are nerds. It's just you're a nerd that can fight. You know?
I would much rather come over to someone's house and they have a bunch of, figures like that than someone who has 6 basketball jerseys behind glass, and you're like, okay, that's cool. Oh, and they're autographed. All right, cool. But like, you can't do anything with like, let me see that Wolverine real quick.
No, you can't because it's a collectible. You cannot touch this.
No. This is in its packaging. This is We'll put my grandchildren through college one day.
I'll send you photos of the customized stuff that I have.
Well, I remember that when we went to the toy museum in Branson, I was just there. I like to joke around with people, and the guy kind of at the beginning was starting to show us around, and he's like, "Well, this is our case. This is our Spider-Man collection." And I was like, "Oh, who's that?" And he was like, "Spider-Man." And I was like, "Yeah, what does he do?" And he was just like, he just gave me this look like, "Stop," and then just moved on. I was like, "Okay, all right, well, we're not, I thought this would be fun, but never mind."
No, this man is a tour guide at a toy museum. He's here for a reason.
Yeah,
he's none of those that are you throwing out are the reasons.
No, he's like, "I'm not here to deal with your bullshit today, sir. Everyone knows Spider-Man, and if you don't, just leave." No. One thing I wanted to ask you, and I didn't make a question or a slide about it, but what is your best, like, I call them street bits, but like reoccurring jokes that you'll throw out, not sometimes on stage, but also sometimes just in, one-on-one conversations or like with a gas station attendant or whatever.
Yeah.
You have a great one that you do.
You know what I'm going to say.
Yes.
It's so it's a bit I used to do it with my brother because he died. Thanks for bringing that up. And then I do it more so with my mom recently because that's been 2 years, but she died. Thanks for bringing that up. But it was just a thing. A friend of mine, a comic friend, said that just we were in a car, and it was right after my brother died. So I think it'll be 14 years in a couple days. Thanks for bringing that up. But
that's so funny. It was like, I think it'll be 14 years and 15 minutes.
3, 2. But it sucked. It was the worst day of my life. But it's comic. I was hanging out with comics, and it was not, we weren't throwing the dirt on the casket, but it was a couple weeks after, months after, and I said something about my brother, and then my friend Matt goes to my friend Jeff. He goes, "Thanks for bringing that up." And Jeff was like, "Oh God!" But he didn't bring it up.
Yeah.
But it was a thing that caught on with the group is, whoever you have that died, you say, "My brother, he died. Thanks for bringing that up." And whoever you're talking to will be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that." And then they didn't, but it's a fun way to make people feel awkward. And it's a thing that I just do all the time now. Whether whatever it is, you're talking, the Alamo. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah,
like that kind of it's just fun to do.
Yeah, I love that. I love little street bits, reoccurring jokes that you do. Like, that's one of my favorites. I've started doing. That was my nickname in high school.
Yeah,
I get my kids to do it. Like last year, we went on vacation, and there was like this pan for gold thing. And I told him before the vacation, I said whoever comes up with the best, that was my nickname in high school, gets $20 at the end of the vacation. And we're panning for gold, and they're explaining the process, and they're like, back in the 1800s, we'd have this machine, and it would funnel all the dirt into this thing called the sluice box, like that. And my daughter goes, "That was my nickname in high school," like that, and just yelled it out. I was like, "That's a good one."
Now, was it just you, or were there a bunch of other families and stuff there too?
Oh, it was a bunch of other families and stuff.
Did that hit when she threw that out?
A couple people were like, "What?" Like that. It's so funny when my son does it because he's 10.
He's like, that's not the best.
Yeah. My niece did one. She did one. We went to a restaurant one time, and she's maybe 5. No, she's about 7, I guess, but very small, very little, And someone was explaining like the menu, and they're like, "Oh, well, tonight our specialty is escargot," and she's like, "That was my nickname in high school," and it's just the waiter's like, "What?" Like that, and I'm just fist bump, like I love doing that. I love doing when you go to a gas station or somewhere and you check out and they'll tell you the total, like, "Oh, okay, it's gonna be $16.53." Ooh, good year. Like that. Like just and then sometimes they ignore it, and sometimes they'll be like, "Why? What happened?" And you're like, "Oh, you don't know?" And you just have to come up with something.
Yeah.
I try to do. I'll be like, "Oh, that was the year they invented the grand piano. You didn't know that?" And in my head, I'm hoping like they absorb that information and then go on Jeopardy one day and answer this question. They're like, "I'm confident," and they get it completely wrong.
1653.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a comedian, super funny, Josh Sneed. I went out to eat with him.
I've literally got his poster right here.
Okay. So I went out to eat, and the waitress comes. She goes, "What do you want to drink?" And he goes, "What day is it?" And she goes, "It's Tuesday." And he goes, "I'll have a Coke." And then she walks away. I'm like, "Why did it matter what day it was?" And he goes, "It didn't. It's just fun to do that."
Yeah. That's so great. Because later she's like, "Wait.
Hold on. Why? So Tuesday
He only drinks Coke on Tuesdays?
Is it Fanta Wednesday?" What?
Yeah.
My other favorite is that was my favorite band in high school too. Like you'll be like, "We got to call the Public Defender." Oh, I love their old stuff.
Yeah.
Public Defender, so good. Not so much the new stuff, but back in the day they were great.
Yeah. Back in like 2009, I was a big fan.
Yeah, I mean, it also kind of goes with it. That was my nickname in high school, but I love to find fake bands like that,
Yeah, that's so good. When someone asks you what's your favorite band, I love putting two random words together. I always try to go with like a...
like table mic?
Yeah, yeah. I try to do like an emotion, or maybe I guess... I don't know. Like somebody asked me the other day, they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite band?" And I just came up with Lethargic Possum. I was like, Lethargic Possum, probably. Their old stuff's pretty good,
Yeah.
And it's just fun. And they're like, "I've never heard of that." Really? Never heard of that? It's kind of like techno bagpipe. It's good. Like,
Two genres that I was thinking last night, because next to the club is jazz and blues.
Yeah.
You always see those together, but you never see like death metal and polka. Hey guys, after our set, Weird Al's going to come. I can't even name a polka artist, but
yeah. I don't think every time I hear polka, I just think of like the old stereotypical man with like an organ grinder and like a monkey dancing for cash.
I think the accordion and Lederhosen is what I think of.
Guar in Lederhosen would be that would be
with
great.
Shoulder pads.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we'll do one more. Which endangered animal you think would taste the best?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, probably.
Is it not? That's not endangered? That's extinct. Does
I
that
think.
count?
I think it counts. It was endangered. Yeah.
Maybe a bald eagle sandwich would be good.
Yeah. I mean,
Very
you'd have
patriotic.
Yeah. I mean, that's jail for life for a sandwich. But I bet it would be a pretty
Imagine
good.
going to jail for a sandwich.
Yes. Yes, I can. Yes. I don't know. I've looked at this so many times, and my original thought was butterfly, but then I thought, like, if you fried those up and then just put a little seasoning on them, I would just, blindly eat while I watched a movie.
Lay's butterflies.
Yeah. You would wreck an ecosystem during a commercial break.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
And then you'd be nervous because you got a whole bunch of butterflies in your stomach.
Oh, you just got wing. There you go. That's why we get paid the big bucks, folks.
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
Well, real quick, you want to plug your social media? Anything else you got?
The podcast is called They're Coming to Get You. It's a horror movie podcast. It's from that classic line from 1968, Night of the Living Dead, when he says, "They're coming to get you, Barbara." And you could clip that because that's a public domain movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but we do all the horror. We've done Halloween, The Exorcist, all the big ones. We've done Sinners and Weapons, and then some stuff that is not as great, like Blackula, Thanksgiving. We do all of it, and we try to make it funny on top of that and be informative at the same time. And I'm always on tour, BrentComedy.com, and all my social media is at Brent Terhune.
Cool. The last thing I ask everybody before we get out of here is, what is the best way to fix this podcast? Make it better. Suggestions?
Replace the host with me.
Yeah, I've had that suggestion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With people saying replace it with Brent Terhune?
Yes, actually, yeah. You've been.
No, I think it's a good format.
No, yeah.
And it's keeps it going, and that you're able to meander within the topics.
That's the whole point. Is like just throwing a question out there and then letting people go on a tangent. And it's fun. There was a couple of people that I've been like, "Oh, what's the best meal you can cook?" And then we talk about skateboarding for 20 minutes. You know, and it's like, cool. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And they're always like, "Oh, I'm sorry, this wasn't the question." I'm like, "No, I don't."
Make it entertaining.
Yeah.
That's all it needs to be.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, thanks so much for coming on. Thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.